Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 28.
Listen, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm enjoying this show.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this show. Blair, walk us through this Ayonna scene, please.
Yeah, so we are starting with Ayonna and Jamahl. Ayonna's crying. This is after the court session with the judge, the Zoom court session. Mm-hmm. She's talking about it's not fair. Lexi ends up coming to pick up Ayonna and the kids, and they drop the kids off at one of Ayonna's friend's house so she can go to see Jamahl.
Yeah.
So she's already an hour late because if you remember, the court date was moved to the date that she was going to make her visit with Jamahl.
I remember.
So that kind of pushed things off schedule. So she's only probably going to have about an hour or less to actually see Jamahl.
Mm-hmm.
So Lexi is just pretty much like, reality doesn't click with Ayonna. And I think that as a friend, sometimes that's something that you just need to understand is that, look, for some people, life has to teach them. And sometimes like the reality of life doesn't click in until much later, if ever. So, yeah. Well, Ayonna is talking about she wanted to touch herself and put herself on his tongue and,
oh my Lord,
and putting all this like lip gloss on, but not too much because he's going to be sucking it off her lips and just everything like that. And she is ready to get it popping. And Lexi's like, well, I mean, they let you touch in there? And she's just like, well, I mean, at some point they'll probably tell us to break it up. But when we get in there, we're just going to go straight to touching and kissing. It's just like, okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you believe that some people are just lost causes?
Yeah.
See, my faith makes me believe that everyone can be saved, right?
No, by Jesus, not me.
No.
So I feel like they're a lost cause to me.
But I'm just, oh my God.
So I'm like, maybe if Jesus gets to them, but because I do feel that way. I feel like anybody can be turned around, their mindset, their spirit, all that type of stuff. I truly believe that, but they're a lost cause for me to continue to putting my input there.
I mean, like
in life?
In life. I think Ayonna is leaning to a lost cause in life.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to think this way. You're making me go against what I believe for people as a society. But when I see Ayonna and how she just doesn't get it.
Yeah.
As at one point of this scene, she said, man, I'm just ready to go to jail. I'm like, girl. I'm like, you about to go for 2 weeks, number one. That's not a long time. But jail is jail, right? But it's like you're not getting it. And I'm like, I don't know what needs to happen in your life for you to get it. You got sentenced to jail and 4 years probation, and you still don't get it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you might be a lost cause, man. I don't. Ayonna making me think things that I never thought about a person before. She's stretching me thin, man.
Yeah. So finally, they make it to the prison.
Yeah.
And we don't get to actually go in and see how their conversation went.
Of course
but when Ayonna comes out, she is upset.
Crying and all.
So apparently they only got to see each other for about 30 minutes. And Ayonna's breaking down crying. And Jamahl ends up calling her. And he's just basically trying to tell her, like, don't get upset. Like, don't allow people to get you upset. Like, don't allow this situation to pull you out of character. All this type of stuff. So Ayonna feels, after the conversation, after she walks around a little bit, she's like, you know, my man is the only one who can really keep me calm. She doesn't know what she's going to do with not being able to talk to him for 2 weeks.
Your man who is in prison, who you have no physical connection with, is the only man that can keep you calm. Lost cause. I'm sorry. Like it's to the point to where it's like, okay, the world now. I gotta let the world do what the world's gonna do to you. You get what I'm saying? We're trying to help you. You got friends that watch your kids. I don't know who's watching your kids. You got your mama who's watching your kids. She missing work. You know, all these people who is assisting you.
People driving you around because you ain't got no license.
I'm about to say, because you was high,
right?
And you got suspended and things like that. So you're doing all these things. Lexi looked like she came straight from the pole, straight to like basically. I mean, eyes are basically baggy and everything, right? And it's like, oh, even in the situations you put yourself in, there are people there to assist you, and you are still finding new ways to like still slip between the cracks. So I'm like, she may be a lost cause, man.
Well, she says she has a lot to do before she goes to jail.
Yeah.
She's got to put money on her books, put money on his books. She's got to get the baby an umbrella, stroller, and basically get everything situated before she has to report to jail the next morning.
Yeah.
She really doesn't even care anymore. At this point, she's just ready to go to jail and get it over with.
Hey, 14 days. We see you in 14 days, Ayonna.
Yeah. Moving on, Andrew and Candice.
Okay.
Candice is upset that she has to go to this program. So it was apparently the same place that used to be a motel that she stayed at when she was going through a rough time. And now this place is a recovery place for people who have mental illness and for some parolees. So she goes into the place, and I was thinking that she wasn't going to come back out, or I don't know what I was thinking, but she comes back out 20 minutes later. And the person there said that all you have to do is just register as a felon. You can stay at the apartment that you have. Just continue to text me and you'll be good. But her parole officer told her that she needed to be at that place for 30 days.
Yeah.
So Andrew's like, okay, so like, what are we going to do? And she says, well, I guess we'll just go to the apartment. If it was me, I would have called my parole officer and said, can you talk to this person here?
No, if it was me, I'm like, I need you to come here now.
Yes.
Like you need to talk to this person in person as I videotape this on my phone.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. So they go to the apartment. She absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
She finally gets showered and comfortable. And Candice, she tells Andrew that she's fine with them sleeping in the same bed, but the cuddling and all that stuff can wait until she gets a little bit more comfortable. So Candice, she's asked in one of the confessionals, like, is she attracted to Andrew? And she says that she is.
Do you believe her?
No, because she said he wasn't her type. So I don't know if, I mean, I can see someone not being your type, but you could still be attracted to them. But I'm not believing it. I'm finding it hard to believe. She's not very convincing. I don't know what to say.
Dude, you think she like Andrew?
I think she likes him, but like in a puppy dog way. But like, oh, you're cute and you make me happy and you do stuff for me, but not necessarily like I like you and love you for who you are as a person. I like what you can do for me is how it's looking to me.
See, that's the thing about it. When you're in prison, you really don't have nothing unless someone supports you throughout your time in prison. Right. So I don't know if she's just doing this out of gratefulness. Like, thank you for looking out for me in prison. You get to sleep in the bed with me, but, or do she see, look, I'm confused, y'all.
Okay.
Do you think she wants to like him?
I think she does.
I think she wants, and that's where I'm confused. I think she wants to will herself to like this guy because there's a certain gratitude that I think she owes him to at least give him an equal shot of a relationship. But to your point, if she's just not into him, she's just not into him. Yeah. And I think, because it's not like she's being mean to him, right? But at the same time, you can imagine a guy who's going these lengths and things like that. I'm not saying that he wants to just hump her, but there is a certain, like, that's his girl. You know what I'm saying? And he really likes her. So there is something that Andrew wants, a certain closeness. He proposed to her. Forget girl, fiance. Yeah. So there is something that I feel like Andrew wants out of this relationship, definitely more than what Samantha or Candice is willing to give. Why did I name that girl Samantha?
Because Rick's girl is Samantha.
Rick girl is Samantha. I'm about to say, where did Samantha come from? But yeah, I think he wants more than what she's willing to give.
Yeah, and I also think that she doesn't want to mess up her situation. This guy is paying for her an apartment. She's trying to get her situation with her son together. So she's got a lot on her plate right now, and finances, I feel like, does not need to be one of them. So she's trying to stay on this straight and narrow. Facts. So it's the next day. Candice wants to be affectionate, but it's going to take some time. Yeah. She hopes that he's not disappointed about them not having sex the previous night. And whenever she's close to anyone, it just brings up bad feelings from the past where she has been abused. Yeah. She feels guilty that she doesn't have her son in her life. Her son was 3 when she split up with the dad. The dad has full custody, and she got into drugs and pretty much stayed away from them because she couldn't be a mom on drugs. Okay. Andrew asks if she can be in a committed relationship, and Candice says yes, like she couldn't do this alone. She's over 2 years sober, and she's dealing with a lot of emotions on how she messed up and missed out on her child's life up to this point.
Yeah.
She knows that she can't be 100% until things are fixed with her son. Andrew understands that she's dealing with a lot of regret. He wishes he could take her pain away.
Yeah, and that's nice of Andrew. Because he do have to understand that it's not only about them two.
Right.
That she probably is dealing with a lot of guilt, which I can not that I can agree, but something that I can agree that she's not lying about.
Right.
That I do believe her when she says she is dealing with some guilt with not being an active mom in her kid's life. And I do believe that, hey, Andrew, a lot of things ain't gonna happen until I see my son, until I'm in right standing with my son. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah. Really, I really don't have much to say about their situation.
Yeah.
Pretty much just that I think Andrew really does love and care for her. But I think Andrew might have a thing of where like he wants to feel needed. And I think that could be a downfall in this relationship of basically, yes, she needs you now, but at certain points, like, is she going to continue to need you in the same way? Is that going to change the dynamics?
Yeah. And
will you be as happy if she has more freedom? So that's just like the other side of the coin that makes me think about. Yeah.
Good.
Well, Joey and Michael. So apparently Joey's mom ended up in the hospital. She ended up having a stroke.
Prayers.
And Michael is worried about Joey isolating himself. Josh, who is that?
I don't know.
Joey visits his friend Nancy,
yeah,
and explains how the situation with his mom has put a lot of things into perspective for him. Like, what is he doing in a relationship with somebody in prison, just kind of waiting for this person to get out, wasting his life and all this type of stuff. Nancy is worried about their relationship. Joey might go down the meth road again if things don't go as planned with Michael. And Joey is getting to the point where he doesn't want to wait anymore. Michael knows that he could be in there for up to 6 years. Michael also knows that Joey doesn't know how long he's going to be in there. And Michael's just like, I really don't know how long Joey is going to be willing to wait.
Yeah. Prayers to Joey mom, of course. But seeing Joey basically be like, the doctor told us to basically say our last goodbyes.
Yeah.
It kind of, I think it needs to be a wake-up call to him that, hey, life is happening while you thinking you got life on pause.
Right.
Life is happening actively and is moving at a pace that is basically fast for you. You get what I'm saying? You're now in a position to where you can potentially lose your parent. While you're thinking, I got things on hold, I'm gonna wait till Michael get out and we can get a house, life is still happening.
Right.
So Joey need to wake up.
Yeah.
This is not a time to be a little boy. You know, this is the time to be a man and to be there for your father, for the people who are outside the prison walls, especially the fact that Michael's lying to you and basically saying he don't know when he gonna get out.
Right.
Well, he knows at least a minimum of how, you know what I'm saying? So like
I know it's not gonna be next year or the next two. So
it's like, Joey, don't let someone put you in the cell with them.
Exactly.
You're a free man. You get what I'm saying? So while you're a free man, handle the things, handle the free people. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sisters, you know, yourself. Move out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about Joey.
Yeah, I'm just happy that Joey is finally seeing the light, and I'm hoping that it really makes him move into action, because it's one thing to mentally be like, okay, this, you know, I really need to move on, I need to start my life, all those types of things, but it can be hard for you to break out of what's been a habit for so long. So I hope that this does cause him to kind of spring into action.
Yeah, you're right.
So next, Shantae and True. We hadn't seen them last episode, so I was kind of interested in seeing how their story would progress.
Me too.
Well, Shantae and her niece are going to visit True's mom and sister.
Okay.
True just started talking to his mom about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So they've had a very contentious relationship. So apparently, when True was up on trial, the mom testified against him, saying that she did not think her son would change and basically give him the max of what you can. She even went as far as to get other people to try to get them to testify against her son to say, hey, y'all need to come and keep this boy off the streets. you know?
Oh my goodness.
So that is pretty much what helped him get his 13-year sentence.
Do you think, as a mom, that she was right to do that?
I do.
Really?
If you know that your child is a menace to society,
you try to save
please
society?
do the best that you can. If you couldn't raise them right, keep them away. So I actually commend her for thinking about other people and realizing my son is a hellion and he does not need to be interacting with people, going about their job, trying to raise their families. He is not in a space to be around us regular folk. So I commend the mom, to be honest.
Hey,
so what about you?
Let the judge give me what they gonna give me.
Okay.
Man. Don't put
no. Speak from the mom's perspective.
Speak from the who?
Mom's perspective.
No.
Do you think she did what was best?
No.
Okay.
Like, come on, man. Like, I'm just saying, let the judge give me what they gonna give me. Like, don't
add to it.
Don't testify against me.
Okay.
Right? They already got the evidence. Don't testify against me. Don't call my friends to testify against me. Don't call your church friends to testify against me.
Okay.
Things like that. Like, okay, they already let them prove what they got. Okay. You know, but don't be like, Your Honor, give them the max. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
that's what happened.
Let's go.
So True calls while what is her name? Shantae is on the road. And Shantae heard that True's sister could be a firecracker. Well, Shantae can also be a firecracker herself. So she is a little bit unsettled about that. But that's also why she has her niece there in case, you know, things get a little fiery, but also so Shantae can be comfortable.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my sister know. If my kid is with you, don't take my kid into danger. Don't use my kid as an ally to fight battles with you. Okay. Don't be like, oh, I could be a firecracker too, and I got my niece with you. No, you don't.
Exactly.
You ain't got my child with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave my child out of it.
Exactly.
Of like your weird behavior. You know.
Well, Shantae makes it to the meeting with True's mom. Yeah. True's mom knows that it'll be a handful when he's released, but it'll be Shantae's handful.
She basically said,
exactly.
It won't be me.
You got it. Shantae hasn't felt comfortable to see him because mom's asking why, you know, it would make sense that you would want to see the person you're in a relationship with. And Shantae says she has her own personal reasons and she doesn't feel like she needs to tell anybody what it is.
You need to tell me.
And so the sister arrives. She asks, you know, basically, because I think True had called a couple of times while they were having this conversation. And Shantae's like, yep, that's my baby. And she's like, how is it your baby? You ain't never met him.
Listen,
I thought Shantae was going to bite back, but I'm just like, okay, Shantae, holding your composure. But that was a real question.
It's not a composure. Okay. It's a real question. How is it your baby? You haven't even took the time to see him. Yeah. And you're just like, it's personal. No, it's stupid. Okay. You know, but continue to the fact that I think they engaged.
Yeah, they are engaged. He proposed through her son on the phone.
Why haven't you seen your fiance? And even in this conversation, they go on to say something across the lines of, you know, you're not his type.
Yeah, that's exactly the next thing the sister said. Did he tell you that he never dated black women? And Shantae said yes. And then we go through pictures. Of course, the women's faces are blurred out, but we basically go through this Rolodex of white women that True has been with. And she was like, when he sees her, it's not going to work out.
Whoa.
She is not his type.
Don't call me ugly.
No, she's just not his type. So the sister says pretty much the plan is Shantae says the plan is for him to be released to Shantae's house. So mom and sis agree that it might be better that he get released to her house because the mom and him can butt heads at times. But he ends up calling and the mom says, okay, well, tell me what's up. Like Shantae's saying you're going to be released to her house, but I'm over here trying to get the room ready for you when you're released to my house. Yeah. So he's over here telling people different things and he actually doesn't even clarify on the phone. Wow. Sister asks him, why did you propose? He says he can't answer that.
Wait. Stop right there. All right. She can't tell us why she can't go up to see him, right? Personal reasons. And he can't tell us why he proposed. What are we doing here, guys? It's not us, okay? These are the real notes from the real episode. We are not leaving you in the dark. We in the dark, okay? So what do you think about this situation right here?
It's crazy. The whole situation is crazy. I mean, I appreciate the fact that she would go to meet his mom and sister. So basically, you know, build up those bonds in that relationship. If she's engaged to him, they're going to be a family. I get it. But it definitely seems like True has some undercover motives going on. Why are you telling your mom and your sister something different than you're telling Shantae?
Yeah.
What is the reason for that? You got to get released somewhere. Just tell us where you're going.
Exactly.
So it's just all very confusing and crazy making. And I'm thinking or hoping that Shantae will eventually see the light. Like, I don't think that Shantae is dumb. I think she's aware enough, but I don't know if she, I mean, the thing is, like she said, she's got a mortgage in a different state.
Two mortgages,
She moved out to be closer to, I guess, where he could be released and all this type of stuff. Like, she really changed her life to be with this guy and put herself in a tight financial position. So although, like, I want her to, like, kind of cut the cord and go about her life, I mean, she's put herself in a sticky situation in order for him to come out. So I don't know. This is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense.
It didn't.
Okay.
Because you said something across the lines of, you don't believe Shantae is dumb. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
What?
All right.
I believe Shantae is the dumbest out of all the castmates. You have an opportunity to see him, you choose not to, but you accept a proposal from him. He don't know why he proposed. His own mama testified against him. You get what I'm saying? Everybody is basically telling you don't know this man. You got set up with him through your brother or half brother, step brother, whatever it was.
Yeah, her brother or cousin. I don't even remember at this point.
I think it was a step brother, but let's go with brother, right?
Okay.
Brother, right? She got set up by the brother to talk to him. They get together, right? The brother steals from her,
yes,
allegedly, right? And then the brother's like, trust me, you don't know True. And I'm like,
why'd you set me up with this man?
So it's like, it's leaving me to think. I'm about to go left field with this one, Blair, right? I think Shantae may be part of some criminal activity. Or may want to be part of some criminal activity. Because you want to do all these things with this guy. You never met him. You don't know why he's with you. You don't know where he's staying to be released. And you want to be in business with him.
I think that's a possible theory.
So I'm thinking, like, why don't you want to be seen with him? Why don't you want to see him? Like what do y'all got cooking up? Because something it ain't tasting right with me with y'all. Because you done all these things, all these sacrifices, and you don't want to see him. Something's going on, and we don't know now. I think we got a lot of episodes to go, but something's weird about them.
Yeah, that's a good point. She's done all this and flipped her life upside down, and she don't even really want to see the man. Interesting.
I don't know if he may be your partner in other ways.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, maybe Bonnie and Clyde, but there's something weird. There's something fishy. But let's move on.
So Samantha and Rick's writing a song for Samantha to make her feel special after he said that he probably wouldn't come to visit. Oh, well,
that helps.
So she was supposed to call at 6:30. She ends up calling an hour later and tells him that she actually really didn't feel like talking to him. She was still angry. So he ends up performing the song for her. She thanks him for it. They both agree that they still want to get married, and he does plan on going to Idaho, even though it's expensive, because he doesn't want to lose her.
Well, you go lose some of that pension, brother.
Well, we see Rick get on a plane. He gets to Idaho. Apparently, I guess he had been there before, and he made friends with his Uber driver. So he got the same driver who drove him around the last time, Ricardo. And he's talking about he needed to pick up some things for her. She had like a laundry list of things that she needed. Man. So Ricardo ends up taking him to a pawn shop, and that's where he gets a ring for her.
And the ring was like how much?
$90.
Around 90. Yep.
But they also said that they had to choose a modest ring because anything too flashy could be like dangerous for her to have wherever she's at. Yeah. So then they go to pick up her vitamins. Y'all, the vitamins cost more than the ring.
$500. I think at one point I saw $496.
$496 was the number.
Goodness.
And Ricardo's like, do you think she's selling these? And Rick's just like, no, I don't think so, and all this type of stuff. And Ricardo's like, she got something going on. Okay, Ricardo. Okay. And that's pretty much where we leave off.
What is your thoughts on this episode, Blair?
My thoughts on the episode, I just feel like people are being used, and it just sucks to see, but it also feels like the people who are being used, as in the people on the outside, are gaining something from being in these relationships, a feeling needed, a feeling important, or whatever the case may be, or not just feeling alone. I feel that that's what Joey's situation is, that he just didn't want to be alone. So it's just very entertaining, but it was just very interesting. What about you?
Yeah, more Ayonna. I need more Ayonna. Mm-hmm. I hope they can fast forward her prison sentence. Yeah. And give us more Ayonna, right? I don't want to see Rick. It's Rick, right? Yes. Unless he's with Samantha. Okay. Right? I don't want to hear you playing the guitar. I don't want to hear you singing and things like that. I need you to be with the partner, right? I think we're going to see Candice true colors in these upcoming episodes. And it's going to be sad. I'm kind of asking the question to myself, how long can she hold out? Yeah. How long can she keep the charades that she loves Andrew? I think she appreciates him and she thanks him. But I don't think she loves him. But if he can make it easier for her to get her life resumed to how it was before she met him, she's going to use him, you know? And that's unfortunate. But other than that, even though we haven't seen Teeny or things like that.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't in this episode.
I'm enjoying that every episode. Yeah. I really am. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know what y'all think. We'll be back next week.
Bye.